300 rounds together on the European circuit. Both claim to have had the edge. Wood said he was superior. Klementson adding there is no way he will lose to this skinny boy. The Norwegian looks in phenomenal shape. He says he's watched hours of Woods and himself in the ring and predicts only one outcome, a knockout. Keep your eyes glued to his fists early doors, because he's made no secret of what he intends to do. And Jim, surely Woods can't be dragged into a trench warfare.
That's the last thing he wants. I think the tactics that won him the title against Crawford Ashley, I think that's the tactics he wants tonight. Don't worry too much if you lose the first couple of rounds. As long as you're making Klementson work, waste some punches, and you keep pinning him on the end of the jab, just keep yourself in the fight. But don't worry if you fall behind, don't try any heroics if you lose the first couple of rounds. And look to inflict your damage. It's a little bit of blood
already.
His eye already, yeah, but just a little nick, it's nothing.
Just underneath the left eye of Ole Klementson already, there is a little nick, and he was cut in his last fight against Sugar Boy Malinga, which delayed this challenge to Clinton Woods. He wanted to go ahead with it back in February. A right hand from Woods again.
So the good news, sorry Adam, the good news is that you can hurt this fellow, you can shake him, you can knock him out. But if you just everything nice and careful, nice and controlled, and dig that little right hand in every now and again.
Klementson has Paddy Byrne in his corner, the cuts man. They put him in specially because of what happened in the Malinga fight. It's not near the eye, but it will give Clinton Woods some confidence. He was so nervous yesterday when we were talking at the weigh-in. He knows how strong Klementson is from there. Hours and hours of sparring together, and he admits he's been wobbled before by him.
The one good thing about being with a strong fighter is the fight progresses, you start feeling inside that they're becoming that little bit weaker and tired, and your own confidence lifts. And that's what usually happens with Klementson. He burns a lot of energy in the early parts of fights and flags a little bit towards the middle stages.
Just thrown off balance, and Klementson offers his hand. They really are good friends, these two. There was hugs and handshakes at the weigh-in last night. Nothing like the main event between McCracken and Holmes.
That was a little bit of experience coming in there. He just wants to show Clinton how much stronger he is, so he just threw him against the ropes, then a little tap of the gloves, but he made his point. He's the strong guy, he's the powerful one.
Does look bigger, doesn't he?
They look different weight divisions, actually. So powerful looking Klementson.
Word is he struggles to make the weight, came in at 12 stone 6, and I noticed he had his socks on. His camps say he's trained as hard as he did for the Crawford Ashley win, when he blew Ashley away in 2 frightening rounds in Alexandra Palace a couple of years back. End of a tense opener. Dennis Hobson, Clinton's manager and very good friend, practical champion Clinton Woods in the white trunks from Sheffield on the right of your screens. And the Golden Viking from Stavanger in Norway, Ole Klementson. Formidable early, but he's a bit of an on-top fighter, Klementson, and if Woods can weather the early storm, he may well come into this, but he'll need to box through probably some nasty patches.
I would also like to see him stand his ground if possible. It's okay letting Klementson make the first move, but don't let him push you back all the while. He adds power to his punches, takes the sting out of yours, so if Woods can stand his ground, but still counter-punch, just to get that bit more power into his own shot.
Klementson just poking out his jab and keeping Woods on the retreat. And right hand almost lands. Woods just getting his gloves up, but that's his honey punch, Klementson. And that's what he feels will be the difference. Woods can be easy to hit. Sam Luai of New Zealand had him in all sorts of trouble in a Commonwealth defence last year, but he's shown a pretty good chin in the past.
That was the good thing in his performance against Ashley. He made very few mistakes. His defence was so sound. Well, he's marching forward here, which is good news as early as the second round.
He also had a reach disadvantage to Ashley, and he dealt with that, so he might well be able to deal with Klementson too. He tries to land a right of his own, Clinton Woods. Trained 8 weeks for this with Howard Rainey up in Sheffield, working on sprinting and moving more. Very disappointed last time out against Kid Dongo, Juan Nilongo Perez, who he thought hit him far too much. He's worked on movement, defence and speed.
Well, he seems to be in the right frame of mind here. He knows he's taking no chances, he's on the move, he's not getting involved in a brawl with Klementson. So it's fairly obviously what his plan is, certainly in the early rounds.
Clemenson's left eye continues to give him problems. Just swelling up as the heads come close together again. And it looks like it's getting worse, that eye. He might be cutting aside the eye as well, Jim.
There was a little bit of bruising just above just below the eyebrow, actually.
Here's the third, 12 stone 7 European belt up for grabs. Former holder Ole Klementson looking to do what he did to Crawford Ashley a couple of years back to Clinton Woods. Klementson in the yellow trunks with the multitude of sponsors. Popular fighter in Norway. Brilliant amateur and dangerous professional. Clinton Woods, who quietly came up the game in 6'2" novices and won a Commonwealth super middleweight title before resting in the light heavyweight division. He's done more than he could ever have dreamt of, but he knows this is his hardest fight. And he's just hoping that he can get through the first few rounds with Clementson's power. That's better from Woods.
He's making Klementson miss now. This is good stuff. This is ideal boxing. This is exactly what you want. Allow him to lead, make him miss, and punish him with counters. Lovely.
Woods just starting to take control here at Wembley. They're saying side to side in the corner, Howard Rainey. Rainey said the only thing Klementson can do is throw that right. He tries to knock everyone out, and he tried to knock Woods out in the sparring sessions they had. But Woods here looks the better boxer.
A little more control, just that's what we want, just the work rate up slightly. Just keep breaking his rhythm, keep these little short stabbing punches coming.
Really starting to warm up. Clemenson's been locked away in Gran Canaria, sparring with Ryan Rhodes and Johnny Nelson. Woods worked with Kelly Oliver, who's a much heavier fighter in the cruiserweight division.
Just to up his work rate that little bit. Woods just not answering these attacks often enough. When he does, he's making a good job of it, but he just wants to answer most of these attacks.
Manager Dennis Hobson was saying that he must stick to the game plan and box and not be drawn in. And Woods admitted he has been drawn in when they've sparred together. Nice right hand from Clinton Woods. A little smile on the face of Klementson, but he was dazed there, and he tries to rally back.